If you are over 50 and you've been thinking about intermittent fasting and you are feeling a little confused or maybe even a little bit nervous, this video is for you. Well, hello, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Monica, and I am all about making content for women over 50, and we talk here about health and beauty. And so, welcome. Today, I wanted to talk about intermittent fasting because I kind of started this later in my life, and I was a little confused about how does that work? Am I just not going to eat at all? How am I going to feel? I mean, all the things that I'm sure all of us who had thought about it have gotten confused about or just didn't know exactly how to approach it. So today I am going to share with you how I started doing this and all the steps, because it's all about baby steps. We're not going to just jump in and do all this. So I want to do this for you so you don't have to go out there and try and spend as much time as I did trying to figure this out. So who is this video for? Well, this will be good for somebody who has gained weight recently, or you have felt like your energy is kind of low, you feel stuck or inflamed, or you want something simple and realistic. And of course, you know, it's totally a different game to do this as we're older than when we're in our 20s and 30s. Totally different. We have so many factors that we have to be careful with. So it has to be gentle and it has to be proper for us for so many reasons. For muscles, for our body, how we feel with all the postmenopausal things. I mean, we gotta keep all that into consideration. So the number one thing that I learned is that intermittent fasting is not about starving. It is about giving your body time to rest and repair. That's it. So the simplest way to explain this is you have a fasting window and then you have an eating window. Simple as that. Now, most beginners, and the way I did it, is I started fasting with a 16-8 window. So what does that mean? That means that I am not going to eat in 16 hours of the day, and then I'm going to eat in an 8-hour window. Now that window can be different for everybody, so whatever works for you. But what I try to do is I start fasting after dinner, because then obviously I'm going to go to sleep, so I have all that time to sleep, and then I'll wake up in the morning and I'll skip my breakfast or I'll move it up a little and I can fit in the 16-hour window there, and then I'll create my 8 hours. So my window might be 11 to 7 or noon to 8, whatever works for you. Now, this is an important point. As we get older, insulin becomes less sensitive. Our metabolism slows down. Our hormones change. And fat loss becomes harder, obviously. Now, here's the great thing about fasting. Fasting helps lower insulin, reduce inflammation, support fat burning, and improve our energy. It's like hitting a reset button for our metabolism. That's what it does, truly. It's like, now please do not jump into a long fast right off the bat. It's not gonna work, and then all of a sudden you're just gonna start eating more and more. Trust me, that happened to me. I thought, oh, I'm the hero, I can do this. I can fast for 24 hours right the first day. And I was dying. So I don't want that for you. So listen to this. First, do a 12-hour fast. And you stop eating, let's say, at 7 p.m. And then eat at 7 a.m. next, week 2, do a 14-hour fast. And again, stop eating at 7 p.m., but in the morning, push your breakfast a little bit to 9 a.m. Then the third week, you do a 16-8. Like I was saying, it's a 16-hour fast in an 8-hour eating window. So now you pushed your breakfast in the morning from 9 to 11, and you're there. But see, doing it gradually like that, your body kind of gets used to that, and that's what I've noticed. When I try to do it all at once like that, your body goes into shock going, what is happening? And for us, they're older, the bad thing about that is that it's going to keep the fat because it's going, your body's going, okay, you're starving me, you're not giving anything to those older muscles, so I'm going to keep this fat. And that's where we get that cortisol here, all that extra fat, because the body is confused. So doing it slowly and just pushing your breakfast a little bit, you can do it 1 hour at a time. Push it up, and eventually, for me now, 11 o'clock, it's nothing. I mean, I really, right now, I'm filming this, and it's 10 o'clock, and I'm not hungry because my body now has gotten used to that style of fasting. Now, here's something that I learned the hard way. What can I eat in my fasting window? And I think a lot of people have that question because they can actually ruin their fasting time by adding things thinking, oh, it's okay to do. So here is a list of things that you can actually have during that window. Of course, water. And water is fabulous because when I get hungry, if I drink a ton of water, it just settles. So that's great. You can have coffee, black coffee with nothing in it. Okay, not the creamer. Once you put the creamer, insulin spikes. Tea is good. Again, just plain tea. You can get also, they say, electrolytes with no sugar. I'm kind of careful with that too because I feel that anything like that might spike my insulin. But it's because I'm pre-diabetic, so I just kind of watch that. No creamers, no sugars, no snacks during that time. Now, this is where many of us mess up. What to put in your mouth as soon as you break your fast. No pastries, no sugars, no toast. The best way is to break the fast. It's with protein, good fats, and fiber. So here's some examples. Eggs and avocado, Greek yogurt and berries, a smoothie with protein powder, or just a chicken salad. Now, here's some common mistakes. Mistake number 1, not eating enough protein. Mistake number 2, eating too many carbs at first. Mistake number 3, trying to fast too long the first time. And mistake number 4, not drinking enough water. That is so important. Water is going to be your best friend doing fasting. Because fasting should feel good, not miserable. So if you have been thinking about intermittent fasting, please let me know in the comments, is one of your biggest fear? What are the biggest questions that you have about this? Because I know when I first started, I had so many questions, and there's a lot of great information, like with Dr. Mindy Phelps. She's on YouTube, and I learned so much from her, and she can give you step by step, really, instructions of how to do this, especially for us postmenopausal women, because like I said at the beginning, we have to make sure that we treat our body the way we should at this time of our lives. And if we try to fast in a different way, like really young people do, we can create a lot of damage. We can also, not have enough muscle to support our bones, because we're not eating right, we're not eating at the right time, we're not eating the right things. So everything that I'm sharing here, I have learned from others. So do your research. Like I said, this is what I did and how it worked for me. Don't get frustrated if you don't see that your ketones are changing, which is something else that you can do, is check your ketone levels as you're doing this. And I get my little strips to see. And sometimes I don't see that for days. It's because your body is adapting. And ketones are just not going to happen right away. But what you are going to start noticing as you're doing this is that your energy is going to be better. Your cognitive portion of your memory, it's going to be way better. Also, you're going to start noticing that your clothes might fit a little bit looser instead of the weight, because inflammation is something that we all have, and just by sleeping or eating too much salt, it can create that. So just be proactive and just don't be hard on yourself if things don't happen right away the way you're thinking. Forget about the scale. Just be gentle, be cautious, and do it one day at a time with baby steps. 1 little hour here, 1 less meal here, and your body will slowly adapt and it won't be such a shock. If you like real life and product testing for women over 50, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here, and let me know what other topics and what other things you would like to hear. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Happy fasting, and I will see you